Right, gang, updates. Someone asked me to put that in, otherwise they weren't going to watch it. This is like, it's a continuation of my lockdown updates, but I'm putting them on post now, or maybe on it, YouTube, just so you can all watch, see what I do. Like a daily update, daily diaries. They might not be daily, they might be every other day, might be once a week or something like that. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, at the moment I'm making a pipe and silencer for a 1924 Omega, which I'll show you. You can see it on yesterday's video, but so I've got this to do. That's a nice little. I've had a look actually. I did a bit of research, and that is a Jap engine. That so it is similar to what's in a Sunbeam, but the Sunbeam's a 600 engine. This is, like I say, it's probably like a 250 or something. That so basically, I just need to drop a pipe down to there into a barrel. Barrel takes it across the other side, and then a tailpipe down the other side. So today I'm going to make one of them. That's off a Sunbeam, but it's about the right size. So I'm going to use it as a guide. I'm going to copy the width because the width's right, and copy the diameter, copy the round ends. So I measured that out last night before I went home, and this is what I've got. I've cut out some pieces. That I'm going to make into the dished ends. This will be the central body. So I'm going to roll that way, weld it up down the back, and then to make the ends, you need a circle to whack them into. So I need to find a 4-inch circle, which I went around all the workshop looking for a 4-inch circle, couldn't find any. I've got that, which has been used as some sort of press tool in the past. It's semi-dished out. That's 4-inch from there to there. So my plan is to get this sheet, stick it over the hole like that, get your big round hammers out and just whack it. Just keep whacking it in that hole, and it'll make a dished, and it'll make it dished, and then I'll probably have to run it through me cheap English wheel, me wheeling machine, Chinese wheel, to smooth it out. And what I'll have then is 2 humps on this sheet. I'll trim them out with scissors, with tin snips, and then weld them onto the end of my barrel. Right guys, I just realised I put my radio on while I was doing the last bit. This is the only problem with making YouTube videos, is can't have radio on. That's why we were putting music over the top to them last time, weren't we? Turn it sound off, putting music over the top. So yeah, basically put that over that hole. Starting to get a dished end. So just keep working on that, maybe anneal it a bit. I've done my hammering now. This is what I've got. 2 bumps on a sheet of metal. So they're going to be the ends. I tried showing that on last video, that they only need to be like 1 inch deep. So I've got that, look, they're thicker than my fingers. But I missed it off the last video. Basically, what I'm trying to recreate is the dome on that. Well, that's got a fair big dome on it, but it just needs to be domed to make it look nice, really. No one's going to measure to see how tall that dome is. Just as long as it's domed, it'll look better than a flat. So that's basically what I'm recreating. Got them 2 domes there. I've got the barrel. So if you look down the barrel, that's the same size as the dome. So what I need to do is trim the domes out. And then, like I say, you just want smoothing out, so you could just hammer that over a ball or run it through a wheel and just smooth out the bumps in it, because I've whacked it with an hammer. Trim them out, weld one to the top, weld one to the bottom, have a sealed container, and then I'll have to burn some holes in it to put the pipes in. Right guys, got that rolled up. I'm going to weld it, which put on that bar. This is where I do everything, so we'll just do it on that. Get this out, little arm steady. I'm going to make that round, weld it up the back, then get the 2 circles. So look at the 2 circles. They're the 2 dished ends. So they need a bit more work to get them more dished, but then I'm going to weld them on there when it's done. I'll probably speed that up so there won't be no words. I'll speed up doing that, I think, and then show you when it's finished. Right, I've welded this up, made it round, made it as round as it needs to be. Then I've got my dished ends, which are still not smoothed out yet. I'm going to wait till I trim that edge off there. So what I've done, now this is round. place that over the top, drawn around it with a black marker, nothing fancy. And then I'll cut to like the inside of that black line, leave a little tiny bit off that I can whip off with grinder. If it's a little bit too big, you can actually use it as a bit of filler when you're welding it on. So probably cut on the black line, wheel it, which will also stretch out a little bit. Get it on the top, grind it flat, tack it together, weld her up again. By the end of today, it's 4:45 now. That'll take me about another half an hour or so. Should have it done. Right, that's one done. It's not perfectly smooth, but it's smooth enough, to be honest. Give that a buff over it, it'll look nice. I'm going to do next one. Just a case of doing a load of that backwards and forwards. I'll probably speed this up here. That's why that one's not quite perfect yet, because it's been going for a bit. Right, got my 2 dished ends now. That's one of them on top here. That's another one there. A little tiny little bit lumpy bumpy, but they're not bad at all, to be honest. They don't want to be, they can be perfect, but they just need to be good enough, because that's all they would have been in the past. Yeah, and it'll get covered, it'll be painted black probably. You will never notice that. They don't need to be mirror polish. Just a dome. That's all they would have done. They would have done exactly the same as what I'm doing now. So yeah, got me 2 domes. I'm going to get my grinder out, shape them up to that. Right, so that's basically how you make a silencer barrel, or if you want to make a chopper tank. So what I'm going to do now is tack that onto here. Right, done it. Welded all that up. Nice domed end. Nice domed end. Looks like that. What I need to do now is, they say like you should be a good welder or whatever, but I'm just going to buff all that off. So it's neat, but yeah, I'm just going to grind it all that way. Grind it all that way. Get it all to blended. And then I'll show you a little video at the end. Right, gang, I've done it. I finished it off last night before I went home. It needs a little bit of titivating. Just once, there's a couple of, you won't be able to see them, or I won't be able to show you where they are. Let's see, there. See that? That's just where it welds. Not been proud enough to grind it off. So what I'll do, just run back over that. Instead of trying to grind it out and making a mess out of it, run back over it with welder and then buff it back off. Maybe a bit of buffing on end. So they're nice and shiny then. They're a little bit out of shape, but nothing that they won't be. You could spend all week on them trying to get them. They could get them mirror polished, couldn't you? But they don't need to be mirror polished, so like you don't need to be able to see your face in that, because it'd be stuck underneath a bike. It'd be underneath. So right, that's today's job. I'm gonna finish that off, just neaten it up a little bit. I won't show you any more of that now. That is that done. And then I'm going to get it on, but I'm probably going to have a look at making the pipes. So plan a pattern out. You can see it's cold in here today. Then yeah, this will be the connecting piece. So I need to do a pipe down, pipe out, and then suss out where they go into this, and then start cutting some holes into it, which will be like, here we are today, Thursday. That'll be tomorrow's job, and then hopefully we'll have it all done.